Every second you live begins its life inside this factory. Here, raw steel is not just shaped, it is transformed into time itself. This is where engineering meets beauty, and metal learns to keep rhythm. These watches are pushed beyond human limits before they ever reach a wrist. From silence to signature luxury, sealed for the world. This is not just how a watch is made. This is how time is born.
Platinum, one of the hardest and heaviest materials used in watchmaking, is digitally weighed to exact production tolerances.
Synthetic sapphire for crystal protection and ruby for movement bearings are prepared inside dust-free, clean storage areas.
With inspection complete, all approved materials begin their silent journey toward the machining zone, where transformation truly starts.
Inside the machining hall, the first steel bar is locked into position, where computer-guided tools will define the base structure of the case.
The initial rough cut removes excess metal, shaping only the basic outline, while the true form remained hidden beneath raw surface layers. Layer by layer, the side walls of the case are shaped, controlling thickness that will later determine strength and wearing comfort.
Tiny drill heads carve the strap lugs, creating attachment points that must remain perfectly aligned to maintain structural balance.
The crown opening is drilled next, forming the control channel through which winding and time setting will later operate. Inside the case, space is carved for the mechanical movement, measured in tolerances thinner than the width of human hair.
Laser scanners now verify curvature and depth, instantly rejecting any case that drifts from programmed perfection.
Metal dust and microscopic fragments are washed away, leaving the case surface chemically clean for precision refinement.
A second precision pass refines every contour, finalizing the geometry that polishing will later transform into visual brilliance.
Edge trimming defines the sharp bevels that will later capture reflections and reveal the watch's luxury identity.
The newly formed case is finally separated from its parent metal block, becoming an independent shell for the first time.
Without a single human touch, the case now travels forward through automated conveyors toward the next transformation stage.
High-resolution optical systems scan the case surface, measuring symmetry that the human eye could never judge unaided.
Fresh from machining, the watch case still carries microscopic scars, and polishing begins by slowly stripping away the rough industrial surface.
The second polishing stage smooths the surface further, removing deeper tool marks and preparing the steel for high-gloss refinement.
Now the mirror finish begins to emerge as ultra-fine polishing paste transforms dull steel into a surface that reflects light like glass.
At this level, polishing is no longer aggressive. Every movement is guided by human touch and controlled pressure. Some surfaces are not polished to mirror shine, but brushed to a satin texture, creating contrast in light and shadow.
The smallest bevels receive special attention because these razor-thin edges define the watch's premium visual character.
Some areas are bead blasted to create a soft matte finish, adding another layer of texture to the final design.
After polishing, ultrasonic waves remove invisible residue and trapped polishing compounds from every microscopic corner.
Filtered warm air dries each case evenly, preventing any moisture from remaining inside fine surface details. Under powerful inspection light, even the faintest micro-scratch becomes visible and must be corrected immediately. Any detected imperfection triggers targeted repolishing, ensuring that not a single flaw survives this stage.
Every trace of oil, dust, and fingerprints is carefully removed from the polished steel.
For the first time, the raw steel shell now reflects its surroundings like a mirror, revealing the true face of luxury machining.
Straight reflection lines confirm that every curve and angle now matches the intended optical geometry.
With finishing complete, the polished cases are arranged in precision racks, now ready to receive the mechanical heart.
Inside the movement workshop, ultra-thin brass plates are prepared to become the structural foundation of the entire mechanical system.
Micron-level cutting now shapes the main plate, forming anchor points for every gear, spring, and bearing that will follow.
Small hardened steel discs are sliced into tiny gear blanks, each one destined to transfer energy through the movement. Each gear tooth is individually shaped with perfect symmetry, because even microscopic imbalance would disrupt time accuracy.
The balance wheel frame is formed from ultralight metal, a component that will later regulate every second of motion.
Bridge plates receive microscopic mounting holes that will later secure the motion system above the main plate.
The escapement fork is carved with laser-guided precision, destined to control the release of stored mechanical energy. Movement springs are heat-treated to achieve the exact elasticity required to store and release energy smoothly. Before installation, gear surfaces are softly polished to remove friction-causing microscopic roughness.
Ultrasonic cleaning removes polishing residue and invisible contaminants from every micro-component. Synthetic ruby jewels are sorted next, ready to serve as ultra-low friction bearings within the movement.
Each ruby jewel is press-fitted into the plate, forming a friction-free pivot point for moving gear shafts. Robotic systems assist in organizing fragile parts, ensuring no contamination or deformation occurs during handling.
Every critical component is inspected under magnification to confirm geometry, surface purity, and dimensional tolerance.
Pre-assembly alignment ensures that gears mesh smoothly before they ever enter a complete movement. Finished components are immediately stored in anti-static containers to protect against dust and electrostatic damage. Balance wheels are organized separately, awaiting the moment they will guide the rhythm of the movement.
Gear train sets are grouped together to maintain matching tolerances across each individual watch.
With every component complete, the parts are sealed in dust-free storage, ready for the delicate process of hand assembly.
At the assembly bench, the main plate is positioned first, forming the base upon which the entire mechanical system will rise.
The first gear is lowered into place, its shaft resting perfectly inside a ruby bearing that eliminates friction.
One by one, the gear train comes together, creating the channel through which stored energy will eventually flow.
Microscopic oil drops are applied by hand, just enough to protect movement without ever slowing it.
The bridge plate now locks the gears into position, holding the entire transmission system in perfect alignment.
The escapement is installed next, the component that will later control the release of mechanical energy.
The pallet fork is aligned by fractions of a millimeter, ensuring perfect transfer of power from gear to balance.
Now the balance wheel is placed, the component that will soon regulate the rhythm of every second.
A spring thinner than a human hair is attached, a component so delicate it can be destroyed by a single wrong breath.
With a gentle impulse, the balance wheel begins its first controlled oscillation, marking the birth of motion.
Power is manually transferred through the gear train to confirm that every wheel rotates freely and smoothly.
Magnetic exposure testing confirms that outside interference cannot disrupt the delicate mechanical rhythm.
After passing all internal checks, the mechanical heart is officially approved for casing.
With assembly complete, each movement is sealed in protected storage, awaiting its final union with the watch case. Under controlled pressure, the dial's precise outer shape is stamped into perfect symmetry. Microscopic holes are drilled to prepare the dial for its applied hour markers. The raw surface is polished until light flows smoothly across the dial without distortion. A delicate sunburst texture is brushed from the center outered, giving the dial its living depth. Through precise chemical treatment, the dial receives its final signature color. With micron-level accuracy, the brand identity is printed onto the dial's surface. Each minute marker is printed sequentially, defining the exact rhythm of time reading. A laser carves the date window with flawless precision through the colored dial surface. Luminous material is carefully filled into each index, allowing the watch to glow in darkness. Each index is applied by hand, aligned to microscopic tolerances that the eye cannot detect.
The hand shapes are cut from metal with light itself, forming the skeleton of time indicators.
Each hand is polished until every edge reflects light with perfect clarity.
With dial and hands complete, every surface is inspected under magnification before final assembly begins.
The minute hand follows, aligned to exact calibration for flawless movement synchronization. The completed dial is now aligned and gently seated onto the mechanical movement beneath.
The hour hand is pressed into place first, forming the base of time indication. Finally, the second hand is installed, completing the visual rhythm of motion.
The crown is installed, giving the wearer direct control over time itself.
The caseback is sealed under controlled pressure, protecting everything inside.
A sapphire crystal is set above the dial, harder than steel and perfectly transparent. The sealed watch is tested under extreme pressure to confirm its waterproof integrity. Final timing diagnostics confirm the watch now performs at certified precision levels.
The luxury strap is installed, completing both comfort and elegance.
Final polishing enhances every reflective curve of the finished timepiece. The finished watch is placed inside its luxury presentation case. Official certification documents are added to authenticate the timepiece.
The box is sealed to ensure absolute protection during transport.
The finished watches are prepared for global distribution.
Each shipment is digitally registered for worldwide tracking.
The watches exit the production floor and enter global logistics. From raw material to refined perfection, these timepieces now begin their journey across the world.